conference, we had managed 5.3 million renewals thus far. That is very commendable, and it's a very strong testament that Ugandans are speaking, Ugandans have spoken, and Ugandans are coming out to be identified. So we want to say mwebale nnyo kujumbira. Thank you for coming. Asante sana. Mwebale mnonga nitubareba kandi tubasimira chimwe stine bugarukiro. Thank you for making the choice to be unique and to be identified. In the same spirit, I want to say that be it as it may that we are registering these big numbers, we continue to notice that they are inclined to one service, and that is renewal of national IDs. We still have a very tall order right before us regarding the 17 million unregistered Ugandans that we sought to register in this 6-month exercise. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to a new conversation, a new perspective of a call that I have been following up very vehemently in the previous days regarding registration of children. I want to introduce the country to a new perspective of looking at why we need to register children. This afternoon, I want to look at it from the angle of choosing to register children from infancy is a choice of how your legacy can be written. It is true that many times a lot of people toil the farms very hard. Very many young mothers travel abroad far and wide to go to the Middle East to be maids, to endure long days and long nights with a view of affording a plot of land that they can bequeath to their children. It is not uncommon to hear the locals say, "Kankolera abana bange balifuna we babeera." And so because of that, it is in vain that you toil. In vain do you go to Saudi Arabia. In vain do you wake up to hit the streets of Kampala. In vain do you go to Nakasero market to work if you cannot ring fence what you have vehemently or strongly struggled for, if you cannot lock it by identifying your children under your own NIN. We can make the choice today to secure the inheritance and future of our children. It is possible to close land conflicts in this country. It's possible to close family wrangles in this country if we choose to name our children by family tree, by parent name. Because the minute your children are identified under you, no stepmother, no second wife, no third wife can choose to say that is not your child. Because by putting them under your name, you are saying they are mine. And therefore they become first-line beneficiaries of your estates. So do not make your labor be in vain because your brother took the land of your children, because your uncle took it, because your auntie took it. We can self-correct Uganda and say goodbye to all those challenges by choosing to register our children today. And it is in that spirit today that I want to make a major announcement that warranted your attention. And that announcement is that beginning in the next coming weeks, towards the end of July, we are going to take on registration of children in schools. Whereas this was not an envisaged mode of delivery of this project, we have been compelled to take it on for reasons being that that is where children are gathered in an organized manner. Now, this is the strong message that I'm sending out. As we register children in schools, it will be premised on some guidelines. It is the case that the parent must make an effort to approach the school, fill the form, and sign off the declaration. So we will not do registration in school for forms that have not been signed by parents. Of course, pretty much like people that learned and forgot not the mistakes in the past that happened in previous registrations, we are saying this time round, no teacher should populate a form for a learner. So the parent needs to make haste. They need to help themselves by making the trip to the school to fill the form. Now, where the children are in their schools, we are providing the comfort of taking the form to you at home, and we say that please take the time to fill it and attach your national identification documents with the view of supporting the registration of your child. Now, those who are in boarding, technology has made it easy. We are saying you can use the NIRA pre-registration link to apply for a national ID for your children. You pre-apply and then send this pre-registration application to the school. What we will do is when we find this application of pre-registration at school, we will leverage that information that you have input and then capture the biometrics. So the registration is complete. So it's a two-way. The parent can pre-apply or pre-register and send the pre-registration link to the school. So when we visit the school, we will say the mother of Okello Bernard sent the pre-registration link. So we will open it and proceed to capture the metrics of your child. This is our own way of guarding data integrity, ensuring that we have the right data, but yet create an atmosphere that allows us to comb the whole country and register everybody in unison.